I agree.
I'm going to go ahead and call this meeting to order. I'm going to call the General Government Subcommittee of the House Appropriations Committee to order. I'm going to turn it down. It's a little high. So we are here today. We've held hearings, a series of hearings over the last 2 to 3 weeks, I think, and what we are going to do today is vote out our report. We're going to vote out our report to the full committee. And I don't have these pages marked, so if y'all will just go through them and come to what we're looking for here. On page 6, well, these pages are taken from different tracking sheets, so I think the total number is totally out of whack. But what says page 6 of 9, but it's really page 6 and more than that. Adding $154,000 to the General Assembly joint offices and taking out $130,000 there. DOAS, it's in here. I think your tracking sheet is 2 of 2, but you just have to look through and find it. It'd be our next agency. DOAS, what's listed on there is line 18, increased payments to GTA for statewide wireless broadband initiative, and the governor's recommendation was $5 million. We've decided that $2,500,000 would be a better, or I hope we decide that would be a better number. Audits, as you recall, audits had come to us with requests for rent and some different payments that they didn't get in because they put their budget request in early, and those things hadn't shown up yet as payments they would have to make. So we'd like to add $162,000 for rent, $446,267 for state health benefit premiums, and $16,264 for workers' comp premiums. Under employees' retirement system, we had some retirement bills that are in the system at different various stages in the system, but all these are expected to pass, and they're shown there. Of course, the biggest one is the $1,000,005, and that's for a retirement bill that we passed out of the House, is now in the Senate. That has to do with police officers who were not apparently invited, or I don't remember the exact language, but weren't able to join the retirement systems before, I think, 1976. This gives them the opportunity to buy back in. But there's money that the state has to put in, so that's certainly the largest of those, but you can see them there. House Bill 731, 644, 582, and then the one I just spoke of, House Bill 101. Office of the Governor. We'd like to, if you look down to line 78, provide funds to fill 5 vacant budget analyst positions. We'd like to approve reducing that from $346,000 to $248,291. That's a reduction there. We understand this line 80, delete the one-time funding for the Commission on New Georgia Task Force. They've got Governor's recommendation showed $2,850,000. We understand that's really $3 million, so that's just reflecting the numbers that we have. 82, provide funds to reestablish the program evaluation function by filling 4 vacancies. It would appear that does not need to be done that time. We'd like to zero that out. Under the Commission on Equal Opportunity, zeroing out that $36,000 for that position. And then under Consumer Affairs, the Governor's Office had recommended $3,500,000 for a statewide customer service initiative. This is for a call center, and a very worthy thing that will help the people of Georgia hopefully get in touch with government and put a better face on government and make it more efficient. But it would appear that the $3.5 million is too high. $2 million, it would appear, would be a better number for that. And then I think the next is natural resources. And we've talked about this on line 15 under environmental protection. And of course we've had hearings on this. We've asked a lot of questions. And based on private conversations we've had and talks we've had, it would appear that $5 million is really more than needs to go in that at this time. We just put a bunch of money recently into that fund. We would reduce that if we approve it from $5 million to $2.5 million. Historic preservation, the governor's recommendation was reducing the number of contracted historical planners from 14 to 12, and they had reduced it, had a reduction of 34. We would like to restore that $34,000. Next page, natural resources. Line 26, y'all recall the presentation was made by Chairman Bob Lane in reference to the problem, which apparently is a very serious problem in South Georgia, especially, or in South Georgia, and that is with this flathead catfish. And we'd like to put $300,000 in there to help eradicate that problem. Georgia Games Commission, we would just like to restore that cut that the governor recommended for the $50,149. Payments to Lake Allatoona Preservation Authority. We've had a lot of conversation about that over the last several days, and we're going to zero that. That's actually adding. And Noah, you'll have to help me with this. I think we're adding $100,000. Is that what we're doing, or what? Okay. Okay. And then Department of Revenue. We'd worked real hard in the 06 budget trying to help them and identify some cuts over there. And we looked through here, and we believe that this increase of $6 million is justified. However, this number 8, the increase the homeowners tax relief grant by another $1,709,499. We believe that since there was an excess in that this last year of about $20 million, that doesn't need to be done. So we've zeroed that out. The $1.7 million, we'd like to zero that out. Secretary of State. Okay, on line 106, Professional Licensing Board, we'd like to fund the Senate Bill 110 that was passed last year, creating the massage therapy board, I think it's called. So we'd like to put in $200,000 for that to get them started with that this coming fiscal year. State Ethics Commission, you recall, came and made presentations, and they had identified a number of positions that they say that they will need in 07, and they'd requested over $2 million. And since they wouldn't be able to begin filling those immediately upon the first day of the first month even of the fiscal year, it appears that instead of the $2 million plus figure, that $1 million would get them on their way to do the job that we've asked them to do, and we want them to do a good job, and we think that would be enough for them to go ahead and get started with that to do the job we've asked them to do. Veteran Services, if you turn over to that. Line 10, under Georgia War Veterans Nursing Home in Augusta, they had made a request to us in the 06 budget and made which we helped them with. And I don't know how it's turned out in the conference committee in 06. I hope that money's still in there. But because of rising costs in healthcare, pharmaceutical, and so on, and they'd asked for some more help than this in the 07 budget. But we like to add $150,000, and then at midterm, if it looks like that they need more at that time, it would be a good time to adjust that if needed. And on number 9, they had requested, I believe about twice the number that the governor recommended here, as I recall. That's on line 9 for to reopen the second floor of the Vincent Building at the Georgia War Veterans Home in Milledgeville. The governor recommended $767,000. They need more than that, but what we thought we would do was, what I'd like for us to do is increase that by $200,000, and then again at mid-year, and I think they really expect to get that the rest of that money as it's identified in the mid-year. But it would appear if we added $200,000, that would go ahead and help them get started with that. But it's my understanding it's not a dire need right today or tomorrow, but it's something that they need to go ahead and get started on. So that would help them get on the way with that. And unless I missed something, the only other thing that I've got here that I'd like for the committee to approve is under bonds, general obligation debt sinking fund. On our tracking sheet here is number 89. And we'd heard a presentation for a nature trail. It's more than that. It's a trail and an animal hospital for Zoo Atlanta, and this is for some design and some work they would have to do to get that started. And we had some people come. We have some other legislators that are very interested in that. And number 89, we'd be adding a 5-year, $500,000 bond for that. And I believe that's, unless I missed something, I'll ask the budget office if I missed anything. I think that's it. And at this time, I would ask the chair would entertain a motion. We have a motion to approve this and pass it on to the full Appropriations Committee. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say no. This report is approved. We'll pass it on to the full Appropriations Committee, and this meeting is adjourned. Thank you.